So for peripheral blood smear, I decided na i-video na lang since madaming event this week. So para hindi tayo mahuli na lesson. Anyway, it's just a review na lang naman since I think na-discuss na ata siya sa lecture. Okay. So parang review na lang din to. Okay? So this is our objectives. So kindly read na lang po. So blood films. What are blood films? So blood films are usually examined to investigate hematological problems. Or ito rin yung tinatawag natin na blood smear. Okay? So it is important in the investigation and management of anemia, infections, and other conditions which produce changes in the appearance of blood cells and differential white blood cell count. Okay? So we have three basic steps in preparing a blood film. So number one, preparation of blood smear. Second is the fixation and then the staining of blood smear. So both all of the steps are equally important. Okay? So if palyado yung kahit isa, so hindi tayo makakapag-produce ng magandang blood film. Okay. So we have two types of PBS, so that is thin and thick. So thick blood smear is usually prepared for detecting blood parasites such as malaria and microfilaria. Okay? So thick blood smear, I think ginawa niyo na to sa parasitology last semester. So place a large drop of blood in the center of a clean glass slide. Spread it in a circular area of 1.5 centimeters with the help of a stick or end of another glass slide, and then dry the slide, then proceed to staining. So, comparison ng thick and thin smear. For malarial detection, usually, sa isang slide, parehas na yan. Thick and thin. Okay, di ba? Yun. And then, yun. Okay. So, thin blood smear naman, this can be prepared from anticoagulated blood, usually EDTA ang gamit natin, or from free-flowing finger prick blood by any of the following techniques. So, we have three techniques: cover glass, slide method, and then spin method. So, si cover glass methods, we use two clean cover slips. Ito medyo mahirap siya since ang liit ng cover slip, di ba? Okay. And then, hold the two clean cover slips by their edge with the thumb, then forefinger of each hand. Touch the center of one cover slip to a small drop of blood. Immediately place the second cover slip on top of a very small drop of blood in a diagonal position. Allow the blood to spread by capillary action. Just before the spreading action has almost stopped, evenly and smoothly pull the cover slips apart in the horizontal plane. Then place the smears in an upright position and allow to air dry before staining. So, ito po yung itsura niya. Okay? So, place a drop sa gitna. Yan. And then, kapatungan mo siya ng isa pang cover slip and then tsaka mo siya hihilahin on one direction. Okay? So this method produces a good distribution of leukocytes in all areas of the preparation. Okay? So because of the smaller specimen amount, 50 leukocytes are counted per cover slip instead of 100 sa differential counting. Okay? So, since sobrang liit lang din niya, usually, ina-attach din siya sa isang glass slide pa for staining. Okay? So, medyo hassle. In comparison with your normal blood smears, diba? Diretso, stain na siya. So, spin method naman is an automated method. Yun. So, machine na ang gagawa ng inyong smear. Okay, so place a drop of blood in the center of a glass slide and then spin at high-speed special centrifuge called the cytospin, and then there, blood will spread uniformly in the slide. And then, dry nyo na lang and then stain it. So, ito yung slide or manual wedge or push wedge method. Ito yung ginagawa na natin. Okay? So, ayan. So, place a drop of blood, 0.05 ml or around 20 UL, pwede na yun, of well-mixed blood either directly from a freshly wiped fingertip puncture or with an applicator stick, or approximately 0.5 inch from one end of the slide. Okay, so if frosted ang slides, place the blood near the frosted edge. So, angle it at a 30 to 45 degrees, and then move the spreader backward so that it makes contact with a drop of blood. Then rapidly move the spreader forward over the slide. Wait for the slide to dry and then stain it. Okay, so yan yung illustration natin. Okay, so you have your spreader in your slide, so move backward and then forward. Okay, yan. So katulad nung ginagawa din lang ni. Okay, so what are the characteristics of a good smear? Okay, so aside from I've said sa discussion natin last week, so ito pa. Okay, so number 1, it progresses from being thick at the point of origin to thin with a uniform edge at the termination point. Okay, so good transition from thick to thin. Okay, so it does not touch the outer borders of the slide or run off the sides or ends of the slide. It appears smooth without waves or gaps and holes. Okay, although okay lang yan kahit may mga konting butas, konting streaks, okay lang yan. It does not have any streaks, ridge, or troughs, which indicate an increased number of leukocytes carried to that area. It is prepared with a proper amount of blood and spread to occupy approximately 2/3 of the length of the glass line. Okay. So ito yung characteristics of a good smear, or should say perfect smear. Okay? So not all the time naman achievable talaga siya. So mahirap talaga. Okay? Kaya yung binigay kong characteristics sa inyo or yung description ko from last time, yun yung most acceptable na. Though hindi perfect, pero pwede na. Okay? Ang importante, may mariread at mariread tayo. Okay? Yeah. So, examples, yan. So, this one is, itong tatlo is incorrect. So, hindi proper yung pagkakaspread. This one is yung correct. Okay. So, as you can see, yung tail part na tinutukoy dito is yung papanipis na siya or yung manipis na part. Kung saan nyo nakikita yung feathery edge. Feathery edge, sorry. Yung rainbow part. Okay? So, pag masyadong manipis yung rainbow part, sabihin yung thin smear nyo is masyadong thin, yung tail part nyo is masyadong thin, doon tayo magkakaproblema. Kasi, pagka nag-read kayo, makukulangan kayo ng fields. Kasi, konti lang yung thin part. Okay? So, isang move mo lang ng iyong slide or isang move ng field, makapal na agad siya. Okay? So, hindi magiging accurate yung ating counting. Okay? So, dapat yung tail part nyo or yung thin part ninyo sufficient. Okay? Yun. And then, also, dapat naman hindi lahat thin. Dapat may thick part ka pa rin. Okay? Kaya dapat may transition pa rin siya from thick to thin. Okay? Okay. So, other examples ng well-made smear. Okay. Ito yung tinatawag na streaks. Yung parang may guhit-guhit siya. Okay. Kung ang streak naman is still nakabuo ka ng fang shape or bullet shape, pero yung streaks ay kakaunti lang, okay lang din naman din yun. Okay. Baka minsan madumi lang yung slide ninyo. Yan. Itong B, nagputol-putol siya, hindi niya tinuloy yung pag-spread, kaya siya nagkakaguhit. Okay. C is masyadong dito, hindi pantay yung shape, siguro hindi pantay yung, siguro hindi okay yung pressure, or kung ano man tinutukoy dito. D is masyadong maikli. E is, ayan, hindi pa siya nag-spread sa edges, in-smear na agad. Yung F is yung may butas-butas. Okay? Minsan, nagbubutas-butas siya dahil madumi yung slide. Okay? Or kaya naman, ay masyadong mabilis yung pagka-spread mo. Or kaya naman, talagang mababa yung hematocrit ni patient. Pag mababa yung hematocrit ni patient, so sobrang labnaw niya, di ba? Hindi talaga maiwasan yung butas-butas. Okay? So, kung hindi rin naman nakakasagabal or like yung feathery edge mo naman is buo pa rin, hindi naman masyadong maraming butas, okay lang din yun. Okay? Pero kung butas-butas na siya lahat, yun yung hindi na acceptable. Okay? G is hindi pantay ang pressure and H hindi rin pantay yung pressure. Okay? So after you've made after you made your smear, so proceed na sa fixation and staining. Okay. So blood and other types of specimen can be stained using Romanowski-based stains. So these stains can be prepared in the laboratory or purchased in a ready-to-use form. So So in some laboratories, blood smears are fixed separately in alcohol before the staining procedure is performed. So this step enhances the retention of granules in blood cells. So the usual fixative natin is methyl alcohol or methanol. Okay. So slides can be placed in anhydrous and acetone-free methanol for 1 minute or longer. And then, tsaka natin siya i-stain. So right and other Romanowski-based stains are dissolved in methyl alcohol. So therefore, fixation normally takes place when the stain is applied to the blood smear. So procedure, after fixation, okay, so nalublob na natin siya sa methanol. So tanggalin, patuyuin lang ng konti. Place a thoroughly dried and labeled slide on a level staining rack with the smear side facing up. So place freshly filtered stain slowly on the slide until the smear is completely covered. So do not add excess stain. So commonly 3 to 5 minutes may be needed for an acceptably stained blood smear. So this is a procedure for right staining po. Right staining. Okay? So at the end of the staining time, gently add your buffer to the slide without removing the stain. So papatong nyo lang siya. Mix the stain and buffer by gently blowing on the slide. A well-mixed slide will have a metallic green sheen rise to the surface of the slide. So the timing for this stage ranges from 2 to 5 minutes. So wash the stain and buffer of the slide with a gentle flow of tap water and allow to air dry. Okay, so this is right stain po. If you've seen yung sa other lab, yung prepared stain na, okay, yung nilulublob na lang sa coffin jar. Okay, so ibang din namang procedure yun. Ito is right staining. Okay, so Romanowski stain. Okay, so this is composed. This stain is universally employed for staining blood film. So ang main component niya is two stains, is a cationic and anionic dye. Okay, so cationic or basic dye, this has the affinity for acidic component. Okay, so ang kanyang ini-stain is the nucleus. Okay, so ang basic dye natin is the methylene blue, which gives a blue-gray color. Okay. Ang atin namang acidic dye or anionic dye has the affinity for basic components naman, which is your cytoplasm. Okay? So, the eosin Y or B, ang ating acidic dye, gives the orange to red color or pinkish color yung cytoplasm natin. Kaya, if we view under the microscope ang RBC, kulay, pink siya. Pinkish or reddish. Okay? Kasi, walang nucleus si RBC. Tama? Yun. So, ang white blood cells na didistinguish natin siya through their nuclear staining, yung kulay blue naman. Okay? So, we will do that activity sa following weeks. So, sample ng Romanowski stain, you have your right stain nga kanina, you have your Leishman, GEMSA, field stain, Jenner, and JSP stain. Yan. So, this is an example ng inyong blood smear. Okay. So, baliktad lang siya, yung photo. Pero ito, kunyari, ito yung point of origin mo. So, dito yung thick smear mo, di ba? Okay. So, you have here your feathery edge. Okay. So, ang examination area natin is near the feathery edge and the thick smear. So, in between. Okay, so ang clue natin dito is where the RBCs are close to each other but not touching. Close to each other but not overlapping. Okay, so magkakadikit sila pero hindi magkakapatok. So, yun yung visual cue natin kung saan natin alam na dito tayo magbabasa. Okay? Yun. So, once you have that, ang ating usual method na ginagamit natin in reading is the battlement method. Okay, so, I have mentioned it before na din. So, ito yung gantong position. Gantong movement. Okay, this is called the battlement movement method. Okay, so that is to ensure na hindi mo na mababasa yung field na nabasa mo kanina. Kasi, alam mo yung movement mo. Okay, may direction kang sinusundan. Okay? Yeah.